Alpha Edward rubbed his temples and scolded Marcy. Didn't you read the information on the Dark Howlers pack I gave you?
Unless it's a serious crime, they don't resort to physical punishments. As a Luna, you need to be caring and gentle.
Not only toward your Alpha, but toward every pack member. How will he take you in as his Luna if you are beating people for small mishaps? Only after you establish yourself can you do what you want, and until then, you need to follow his rules. He looked at her grimly. I hope, for your good, that you can fix this. If your stupid stunt ruins all plans I made, you will pay for it, Marcy. Marcy nodded obediently. Yes, Father. Marcy jolted when her father smacked the desk. Don't you yes, Father, me!
I want you to find Damon and make sure he accepts you as his Luna. Do whatever it takes.
Do you understand? Marcy nodded fervently and felt relieved when her father waved at her to leave. Marcy rushed into her room, closed the door behind her, and released the breath she was holding. That was scary. Marcy washed her face, reapplied her makeup, and picked a fine dress that had just the right amount of cleavage before finding Damon. Marcy spotted Damon standing in front of his room with Caden and Maya. Are you guys going out? Caden nodded. Your brother offered us a tour that includes observing warriors training. Marcy pursed her lips. She wanted to be with Damon and talk, but she didn't want to get close to smelly soldiers. She hated all that dirt and sweat, and she stayed away from the training grounds. Can I help you, Marcy? Damon asked dryly, and Marcy noticed that he was much colder to her than yesterday. Damon didn't pay attention to her during breakfast, and she assumed he sulked because she told him to stop the previous night. But now she knew that it was also about the wretched girl who hid in the attic, a.k.a. Talia. Marcy grew anxious. Did Damon think she was violent in nature while wearing a smiling mask in public? Did he see her as a two-faced woman? That was a possibility. No wonder her father was angry. Who would marry a woman like that? She cursed internally. Instead of showing him her best and dazzling self, she ended up rejecting him last night, and he found out her little mishap. Marcy smiled sweetly at Damon. I was hoping that we can have a word and clarify a few things. Damon glanced at Caden, who nodded in understanding. Maya and Caden left, and Damon and Marcy entered Damon's room. Marcy threw herself at Damon and hugged him tightly. After an awkward second, Damon pried her arms open and held her by the elbows, one step away from him. What are you doing? I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? My behavior yesterday was not acceptable. Damon had a good guess that Marcy had been scolded by her father, but he didn't know if she referred to beating up Talia or about leaving his room. And there was also a possibility that Marcy did something else and he didn't know about it. You came here to apologize. Damon summarized and released her arms. Do it without physical contact. Marcy nodded. I also want to fix it. Damon grew confused. What was she talking about? How could she fix anything that already happened? The best thing was to ask questions and not jump to conclusions. Damon leisurely walked to the sofa chair and sat down, eyeing Marcy. How will you fix it? Marcy took in a shaky breath. His domineering posture turned her on a little. Last night, I was not thinking straight. I said some things and I didn't mean it. Damon smirked as he guessed which way this was going. You didn't mean what you said? About what you would and would not do? Marcy swallowed down her embarrassment. I mean, I said that we should at least know that we are on the path of marriage, and we are, so I'm fine with whatever you want. And what if I wanted to have my way with you? Marcy's eyes widened. His choice of words caught her by surprise. It was direct. I'm fine with that, she responded. Damon felt a mix of rage and excitement. Marcy left him hanging, and if she thought that offending an alpha came without a price to pay, she was up for a nasty surprise. Good. Undress. Marcy quickly unbuttoned the 2 front buttons of her dress, and the dress slid down her body, bunching around her ankles.
She frowned at the sight of Damon pointing his phone at her. Is he taking photos or a video? What are you doing? Damon smiled wickedly.
Come here. Damon pointed at the low coffee table. Put your hands on it. Marcy realized that he wanted her to bend. She hesitated. Are we doing this or not? If not, there is a training ground for me to check. Marcy gritted her teeth in annoyance and walked to the coffee table before placing her palms on the cold surface. Damon stood up and circled around her until he got a good view of her from behind. Marcy always thought that she was the domineering one, but Damon proved her otherwise, and she found herself loving every minute of it. You like this, don't you? Yes. She was already breathless. Yes, what? Yes, I like it. What do you like, Marcy? Say it.
Damon ran his fingers across her skin.
Marcy moaned in pleasure and Damon hummed in approval. She couldn't believe how good it felt. She was sprawled for him to see and touch and do whatever he wanted, and his domineering attitude with skillful ministrations set her body ablaze. I like you touching me. What do you want me to do, Marcy? I want you inside me, Marcy moaned. I need details. The more, the better. I want you to make me scream, Alpha Damon. Damon removed his hand, and she missed his touch immediately. Without any warning, Damon slapped her butt cheek harshly and she jolted in surprise. The pink palm print appeared immediately on her perfectly white skin. Marcy moaned wantonly as the sharp pain radiated through her body while morphing into pleasure. Marcy tilted her hips, exposing herself further in anticipation of what he would do next. She really wanted him. This mind-numbing level of arousal was new to her. But Damon's hand was not back there where she wanted it the most.
Marcy thought that maybe he was removing his pants, and she looked back only to see Damon with his clothes intact, keeping his phone away.
What?
Parting is such sweet sorrow, he said, with a devilish grin, and walked to the bathroom.
Marcy shook her head in disbelief at Damon as he went to the bathroom, washed his hands with soap, and then left the room without looking at her. He just left. What the hell?
See that button on screen? That's your full story. Tap it and download the Pocket FM app now for free.